So I'm supposed to talk about Republic Act 11/2029 and road safety. When we talk about road safety or safer roads, what comes into our mind is the safe systems approach, and the safe roads is one of the major component of the safe systems approach. The other ones are safe speeds, safe people, safe cars, and the post-crash care. In other words, combination of these five pillars of the safe systems approach um, lessens the impact or the adverse effect of a road crash incident, which may result into deaths and serious human injuries. That's why uh, this law was passed, as mentioned earlier by Attorney Soap. The Republic Act 11/2029 completes the laws that which addresses the five the five behavioral risk factors. Uh, so I'm going before I go into the statistics that I'm going to show in this screen. The LTO is tasked by the law to perform three major uh, functions for the implementation of the law, which will be implemented February of 2021. LTO is going to train or deputize enforcers, and in other words, we will come up with a protocol on the deputation enforcement of the LEOs. The other is for the accreditation of the fitting station, and the third, as mentioned earlier by Attorney Soap, is the inspection of used car seats. And we are fortunate enough that Imagine Law has provided us already with a template for our TWGs. The Assistant Secretary has already signed a memorandum addressed to the regional directors for the designation of personnel to serve as inspectors. So in other words, we have already started the ball rolling. We're going to implement the law. We are, of course, tasked to perform these three major functions, and we are already preparing for the implementation of the law in February 2021. Okay, so let me first discuss the evidence-based approach. Okay, so based on statistics, 186,300 children die worldwide each year from road crashes. 500 children die worldwide every day from road crashes. And 17% of the total road deaths from 2006 to 2011, and this translates to 12,000 children aged less than 1 to 19 years old. On average, 1,334 children die each year from these crashes. And based on PAC data from 2006 to 2015, the casualty rate of road crash for children aged 1 to 19 years currently is the number one cause of the deaths of the children. So based on these statistics, you can see that children are more vulnerable victims on road crashes, since they have softer bones, weaker neck muscles, and more fragile bodies. And that's the same reason that children are recommended to ride in the back of the vehicle. And the child restraint system reduces the likelihood of a road crash fatality by 70%. Just imagine 70% among infants and between 54 to 80% among young children. So a child up to 4 years of age has 50% lower risk of injury in a forward-facing child restraint and 80% lower risk in a back in a back-facing car seat. I'm sorry. So for children's age 5 to 9 years old, child restraint system reduce injury by 52%. For children 10 to 14 years old, some of them are wearing seat belts already, reduces injury by 51%. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. 46%, I'm sorry. And in the US, child safety seats that are correctly installed and used by children aged 0 to 4 years can reduce the need for hospitalization by 69%. So the risk of deaths for infants is reduced by 70%, and the children aged 1 to 4 years by 47 to 54%. So RA 11329, the Child Safety in Motor Vehicles Act. The road safety implication of the use of the car seats, child car seats, they are intended to keep children firmly secured in their seats so that in case of a road crash incident or a braking or collision, the child will not be fatally thrown away against the car, interior ejected in the vehicle. I would just like to add on what Attorney Sok mentioned earlier about the effect of the kinetic energy created by the motion of the motor vehicle. If a motor vehicle, let's say, if a motor vehicle moving at 50 miles per hour, it's a stationary object. It's like falling from a 4-story building. And then a child who weighs, let's say 10 pounds, a baby or an infant who weighs 10 pounds will be 10 times heavier in case of a road crash instead because of the kinetic energy principle in physics. So just imagine how a mother can hold on to a 100-pound baby. So the CRS must absorb kinetic energy created by the motion of the child during crash without injuring the child. So the highlights of the CRS law, we have the mandatory use of child restraint system. Children below 12 years old are not allowed to sit in the front seat, and a child must never be left unaccompanied by an adult in a motor vehicle. So, finally, I will not discuss anymore the salient points of the law because it was discussed already by Attorney Sok. The declaration or policy of the state is the section 2 of the IRR. The state wants to ensure the safety of the children while being transported. And the state recognizes the right of children for assistance, including proper care and special protection from all forms of neglect, abuse, and other conditions. In other words, children must be protected from this risk because children are considered also as vulnerable to this risk involved in while inside a moving vehicle. So that ends my presentation, and thank you for listening.